lab coat.
Hey, make my money, flip it, do gymnastics. Yeah, flexing with that rollie, but it's plastic.
Yo, what is going on, guys? J-Tips TV back at it again. Gaptooth Nathan, Gaptooth Nation, y'all already know what it is, baby. Let's get it. So today we are going to be looking at, we're doing another reaction video. Shout out to y'all. Y'all hit the like amount that I asked, kind of close to there. Asked for 15, we got 10. Close enough. It's my channel. Let me do what I want.
Okay.
You know, we're gonna be doing a reaction video onto this new article they just released on July 27th. I didn't get a chance to read it, you know, they just tweeted about it. So it's called Madden Mechanics. It's about the community request address. One thing I mean by the community is, you know, the competitive side. So the dudes are doing like the sim ball and everything. The guys who don't really go to those big events, any tournaments or anything, just play Madden for the heck of it. I mean, this is about you. It'll fix some of your problems, but mostly this addresses a lot of the competitive players. Now let's get into this article. The first one says off-ball injuries. Now I did notice this a lot, especially in regular online team play. You know, say you're running the ball with the Falcons and you give it to Devonta Freeman, you get a touchdown, but you find out Julio Jones broke his ankle on the play when he wasn't even involved. He's literally blocking, supposed to block for a quick second and then just release, and then, you know, Devonta Freeman's gone. That made no sense, so I'm glad they're, you know, addressing this. I really like it. Another popular demand, I like the ball hawk skill mechanic. Now, this year was easily the best year to use her because it was very easy. All you had to do was hold Y and run across the field. That was it. And you'd probably get lucky if you ended up lurking one. But I mean, in old years, like a lot of people said they had stick, they would have stick. Like those competitive Madden players, they would guard a streak, leave it, come down to a drag that was breaking open and pick the ball off if their opponent chose to throw it because it looks open for a second.
Second quarter, but Anthony Barr. What a user interception right here from Serious Mo. Just gets underneath that bad boy, grabs it.
But I mean, that's what having good stick does. You know, you have good stick, you can, you know, lurk the ball in tight areas, and it just overall works. So I'm glad they're fixing that. No more just holding wide bums, which I think will really, you know, separate the bums from the good players next year. Another thing that I love that they're addressing is the hit stick button. Now this year, personally, I only use the right stick. That's all I've known. I mean, if you hit X, like I'm an Xbox guy, if you hit X or square on PS4 controller, you're gonna get a nice hit. But this year it was really bad because you can literally tap that button and it would be the same as a hit stick. I'm glad they're changing it to the right stick, and it's also a big risk reward. So if you go for the hit stick, which I read, and you miss, your opponent can end up, you know, getting a lot more yards. Whether you were to time it, you know, he's going to the left, you know, you anticipate him juking to the right, he does, and you big hit him. I think that should result in either a fumble or just him getting hurt or something like that. So I'm glad they're fixing that. That's a big feature a lot of us competitive players love to see. Another one, which actually makes me think this is gonna be one of the better Maddens, because Madden 25, in my opinion, was probably the best one ever besides 13, because you had so many, you had stick skill, you had to have stick to be in the game. The best players had the best stick skill, the best users, and the best jukes, and this is what they're bringing back. They're bringing back jukes, spins, and hurdles. I mean, I think that's how it's going to be this year, but I think the juke moves will be a little more effective and better used. So I'm glad that they're bringing that back. You actually have to have some sort of stick, so you can't be just, you know, relying on your player's speed or anything. You can actually be creative and, you know, get jiggy with it, as a lot of people would say. Now, dropped interceptions, not much to say about this. This year, I didn't think they dropped too many. Of course, you know, there would be some open drop passes, you know, interceptions and all that stuff. So you'll see a lot more of those, which I'm glad, you know, I'm glad they'll actually, you know, catch the interceptions wide open. But if it's in coverage, which I really like the idea of this happens in real life too. In old games, you could like throw an Odell Beckham Jr. interception and you could do it on 3 people and you'd catch it. Like if you intercepted the ball in old Maddens, you were getting the interception. They wouldn't get hit, they wouldn't get it stripped. That was your interception. But this year, I like how, say you throw up a high point pass and like your offense, like your receiver already knows the defender's gonna get it. He gets it, and then a receiver comes from out of nowhere and just decks him, big hits him, and he drops it. That's the same thing as an incomplete pass. So I really like that concept. I think it'll make the gameplay a little more interesting because, you know, it may bail some people out, but occasionally, you know, it'll help a lot of people too. If you accidentally get hit on a throw and it's just a rubber ducky and then your receiver ends up making a play. So I think that's pretty cool. So you have to have user this year. I'm glad that they're incorporating that. Now the swerve, that was very popular last year. I did it too. I was the swerve god. Voltrex, don't at me. The swerve, it was pretty good, man. The swerve was good this year. You know, basically what the swerve is for y'all newbies, if y'all don't really watch any of my videos. Basically, it was an exploit. You throw like a bullet pass or a lob, and you click on it the last second, and you swerve your defender out of the way. Basically, if you did it right, it would be a free touchdown or just a lot of yards after. So, give a F, bro. Just don't give a F. We don't give a F.
The fly.
We don't give a F. We don't.
Mexico,
We don't give an F. Let's get it. Next year, they're taking it out. However, when they say, they're basically just saying that the defenders will play the ball a little bit differently. Now, if the ball's in the air, they'll turn around. They won't keep running backwards. There may be some plays where they do, but I think, you know, the swerve won't be as effective as this year. I don't think they're completely getting rid of it, because I think you can still user catch, which is nice, so you can move your players. Because in old games, like in Madden 25, you can kind of swerve your defender out of the way, but it wasn't as good as this year. So I think they're bringing that back, which will be good. Again, the year of the user. This is very important. You have to have good user skill to be good this year. You can't just rely on the CPU to do stuff for you. Now we're just going to get into two more, the curl flat zones and the fumble recovery. Curl flat zones, aka are purple zones. Those are the zones that are supposed to play out routes. This year, if you throw an out route at a purple zone, you were getting it. It didn't matter. Those purple zones didn't play anything. Now, in previous years, purple zones and yellow hook zones, they would play every out route. They jump at about 95% of the time. If you just guessed right, say your opponent kept hitting you with out routes, it's a 4th and 10, you put him on a purple, he's picking that thing off. He will pick it off, trust me. The thing is, though, this year, purple zones didn't do much, but I'm glad they're fixing it. So, I mean, hopefully they can jump routes. I mean, it says they created a new rule called no cover zone where underneath defenders won't jump routes 5 yards and under. But I mean, if you put him on a flat zone, I'm hoping that he reacts and at least breaks up the pass at the very least. Now, the last issue we're actually going to cover two more, but except this last one I'm going to show y'all. A fumble recovery. This year, they were crazy, man. You'd fumble the ball and you'd have defenders trying to get it for like 10 seconds. Like, I remember one game I played with my boy. I fumbled the ball with one of the, I think it was the Raiders running back or something, and he was the Packers, and it took him like 30 seconds to pick it up. They were just like humping each other, like just dry humping each other, having like a sodomy party or something. It was weird. It was weird. We're not gonna get into that though. Anyway, they fixed the fumbles. I'm glad they did. Very, very happy they did. Also, another issue, which is in here, but I don't feel like showing y'all because I'm a lazy ass, is the rat catches, drop racks this year. You'd have a lot of open receivers who had good, awareness, but wouldn't, they wouldn't either react for the ball, and if they did, they would drop it sometimes. So it would cost a lot of people games, money, etc. I'm glad they're fixing that this year. I mean, that should be more consistent. Not many NFL players drop open passes. Now, these rules, these new things they're implementing, if these go according to plan, basically what their blog says, which 95% of the time is usually, the game is usually not like the blog or the gameplay. This will be a top 3 Madden of all time, in my opinion, if they fix this stuff and this, this implemented. Now, of course, there's going to be patches after it. There'll be an exploit everyone finds, and then they'll patch it up and everything. But I mean, I think this will be a good Madden. Hopefully, it is the year of the user. If it is, I'm sure a lot of other people will love it if it is. And, you're going to be successful in it. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. I usually don't do reaction videos like I stated in my last one. This is my second one, so leave me 10 likes. If I can get 10 likes, we're going to do a reaction video. Just, send me stuff at JTipsTV right here. Put the link right here, JTipsTV on Twitter and JTipsTV on Instagram. Make sure to send me, funny videos I can react to. Send me links. I don't mind reacting to them. I honestly don't. If y'all enjoy this stuff, I will react to it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Make sure to share this video. Also, if y'all are a part of Gap Tooth Nation, that notification gang, you guys are missing out, so make sure to hit that notification button as well. This is JTipsTV signing out. Deuces.